time, same time, there is such, I don't think there's enough of an understanding by some of us that understands the investment that this company's made, but yet we're not going to allow them to dump their runoff into our city system. We're saying, you still have to keep paying for this to be pushed out into the Columbia and you can clean it. We're not going to give you any exemption or any additional for it. And we're not going to let you cease that program and then start dumping into our city system. So what I'm saying is it really needs to be one or the other. Like either we're going to give them exemption for doing something above and beyond what they're supposed to be doing, or we need to allow them to dump into our system directly and close down that operation. To me, it doesn't make sense to say that, well, you just got to keep doing what you're doing and paying out all this money, and we're still going to tax you the same as everyone else who's not doing anything like you're doing. So
are you advocating then that because we have, let's say, $1 million to run this process, we literally have to have $1 million to run this process through Public Works? Are you going to say publicly then that you think we should tax everybody a little more, increase those charges?
I'm willing to make the case that they shouldn't have been included to begin with, and that
Who's they? The taxpayer?
Exterior would should not have been included.
The taxpayer's not going to be very happy.
I understand, but they should not have been included in the first place, and so what we're doing is a readjustment.
One thing I want to be clear about, it's not the city that is prohibiting the dumping of CCA. It's the US EPA. You are not allowed to dump chromated copper arsenates into any water system or sewer system, period.
That was the original request, just to clarify. It's been multiple years, but we did have conversations with Exterior Wood about potentially discharging to our wastewater treatment plant facility, which is for sanitary sewer, not for stormwater runoff. And the analysis was ran, which Councilmember Greenlee alluded to. We don't have the treatment in place to be able to remove arsenic at high levels. So there would have been a significant plant upgrade, and that's when they ran the scenario of doing that investment on their own rather than assisting the city in that capital project to be able to remove the arsenic. And on top of that, the capacity piece of gobbling up ERUs to the wastewater treatment plant would have been fairly significant with their proposed discharge flows.
But what I'm saying is with the cleaning process that they have now, if they were to stop right there and start dumping into our stormwater and not do the push out into the Columbian, that water's clean.
Those Pendletons.
What I'm saying, though, is that would save them a lot of money, and we wouldn't even have to have this discussion. But we need.
They still have to clean out all of the arsenic.
Yes, of course.
And all of the chrome.
Yes.
The standards on copper are more generous.
Right.
But
Of course, I agree with you, and I'm saying that's fine. That's what that cleaning process is for. It's the pushing out into the Columbia River that is also very costly. That's a lot of pressure they have to get that out there. What I'm saying is if they can stop the process there after the cleaning and put it into our stormwater,
the one that worries me about that is the biggest pumps in this area are owned by the port, where they pump water out into the Columbia.
So I don't know. I feel like these guys go above and beyond, and they're spending a lot of capital. And it would be nice if the city in some way can say, this is where we can go to help you guys in this regard.
I don't know their industrial permit page by page, but as far as discharging directly to Gibbons Creek or Camping Creek that's down close to the port's pumps in the industrial,